Texas really said they weren't for JFK? They were. So they if you had a note from your parents, you were out of school.
Meatloaf was an American musician and actor. Over an incredibly successful multi-decade career, Meatloaf was a larger-than-life figure in the entertainment industry. He released 12 solo studio albums and has appeared in more than 100 films and television shows. In 1993, Meatloaf won a Grammy for Best Rock Vocal Performance Solo for I'd Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That. That year, he also received an Echo Award for Best International Rock Pop Male Artist and a Brit Award for Best-Selling Album and Single Act. In 2007, Bat Out of Hell won the Classic Album Award at the Classic Rock and Roll of Honor Award show.
At the airport. And so Jimmy says, my dad said he's going out this gate. He goes, yeah, I think he does. So we drove to that gate.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name was Michael Lee Aday, but was also known as Meatloaf. He was born on September 27, 1947 in Dallas, Texas, making him 74 at the time of his death. He died January 20th, 2022 in Nashville, Tennessee. He stood at 1.79 meters or 5 feet 10 inches tall. He was a sports fan. He supported the New York Yankees baseball team and the Hartlepool United English football team. He also participated in fantasy baseball and played in celebrity golf tournaments. Meatloaf changed his first name to Michael in 1984. Meatloaf followed a vegetarian diet for more than a decade and went vegan in January 2020, Veganuary, while promoting Frankie and Benny's new vegan menu items. Although he didn't belong to any faith-based institutions, Meatloaf was religious. While growing up, he attended church with his mother and studied the Bible, which influenced his work. Several of his songs, such as 40 Days and Fall from Grace, have religious themes. He prayed every night. He revealed that he had social anxiety and said, I never meet anybody much in social situations because when I go into a social situation, I have no idea what to do. He said that he doesn't even go anywhere and that he felt that he led a boring life. And having said that, he completely freaked when having to attend a party, and he was so nervous, so scared of the idea. No official cause of death was released. He was reportedly ill with COVID-19 earlier in January, and reported by TMZ suggested that he died from COVID-19 complications. Notable people that posted tributes include Bonnie Tyler, Cher, Brian May, Boy George, Piers Morgan, Travis Tritt, Marley Matlin, Stephen Fry, and Donald Trump. In 2011, he stated that he's had 18 concussions and he collapsed on stage during a 2003 London concert due to Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, a 2011 Pittsburgh concert, and a 2016 Edmonton concert. In 2019, Meatloaf fell off of a stage at the Texas Frightmare Convention, breaking his collarbone. He was critical of the COVID-19 lockdowns during the COVID-19 pandemic, telling the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette in August 2021, I hug people in the middle of COVID. I understand stopping life for a little while, but they cannot continue to stop living because of politics. He opposed mask mandates and described a person who called for people on airplanes to wear masks as a Nazi and power mad. Meatloaf then said, if I die, I die, but I'm not going to be controlled. Meatloaf married Leslie G. Edmonds on February 23, 1979, less than a month after meeting her, and became stepfather to her daughter, Pearl. The couple moved from New York to Connecticut, and they welcomed daughter Amanda on January 21, 1981. While living in various Connecticut towns, Meatloaf coached children's softball and baseball teams. He moved back to California in 1998, and his marriage to Leslie ended in 2001. Meatloaf went on to wed Deborah Gillespie in 2007 and the couple moved to Austin, Texas in 2012.
Driving. They had friends because they had money. So they put money into a show for the Kingsmen who did Louie Louie
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
at Market Hall.
His parents, Wilma and Orvis, owned the Griffin Grocery Company, and Wilma taught school and sang with the Vodiodo Girls gospel group. Orvis, a former police officer, was an alcoholic who would sometimes disappear for days. Meatloaf attended Thomas Jefferson High School, where he appeared in productions of The Music Man and Where's Charlie? He graduated in 1965, then enrolled at Lubbock Christian College, later transferring to North Texas State. But after his mother died in 1967 and left him an inheritance, he dropped out and moved to Los Angeles. Meatloaf's first band, Meatloaf Soul, debuted in 1968, opening for them at the Cave in Huntington Beach. The band went through several lead guitarists and name changes, and in 1970, Meatloaf was cast in a Detroit production of the rock musical Hair. Motown Records invited Meatloaf and Hair co-star Sean "Stoney" Murphy to record an album with them, and Stoney and Meatloaf was released in October 1971. He later returned to Hair, appearing in a Broadway production, and met composer-lyricist Jim Steinman at an audition for Jim's musical More Than You Deserve. In 1973, Meatloaf landed the roles of Eddie and Dr. Everett Scott in the original LA production of the Rocky Horror Show, which ran for 9 months and led to a film version in 1975. Meatloaf began working on Bat Out of Hell in 1972, and his songs were rejected by several record companies before Cleveland International Records signed him to a record deal. Todd Rundgren agreed to produce and perform on the album, and it was released in October 1977, eventually becoming one of the most commercially successful albums of all time. Meatloaf went on to release 11 more solo albums. 1993's Bat Out of Hell 2, Back into Hell, was certified 5 times platinum, and Welcome to the Neighborhood, 1995, and Bat Out of Hell 3, The Monster is Loose, 2006, both went platinum. As an actor, Meatloaf is known for notable roles such as Eddie in the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Robert Bob Paulson in Fight Club. In 1999, he released To Hell and Back, an autobiography, and it was turned into a VH1 TV movie, Meatloaf to Hell and Back, in 2000.
The president's been shot. And we looked at her and went, come on. And she goes, no. My friend went over, I don't know which one. I think it was Jimmy, went over and listened and goes, it is. It's true.
He primarily earned money through acting and singing. Meatloaf's debut solo album, 1977's Bat Out of Hell, is one of the best-selling albums in history, with sales of more than 43 million copies. The 14 times platinum album continues to sell an estimated 200,000 copies each year, more than 4 decades after its release. It spent 9 years on the music charts. He had a net worth of $40 million at the time of his death. In 2005, Meatloaf paid just under $3 million for a 7,142 square foot home in Calabasas, California. The home, which was featured on a 2008 issue of Architectural Digest, features 7 bedrooms, a screening room, and a swimming pool. He swapped California for Texas and purchased a $1.47 million property in 2012 with features including 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, a master suite with a walk-in closet, a double garage, and an outdoor swimming pool. He previously owned a home in LA's Brentwood neighborhood, which he sold to actor Greg Kinnear in 2001 for $3.6 million. He likely owned the following vehicles: a Chevrolet Corvette, a Lexus LS, a Porsche 911.